So good morning and welcome to Chair Yoga. We're going to take a few minutes just to bring ourselves to this moment. So we're going to sit ourselves on our chair, make sure that our feet are flat on the floor. If they're not, make sure that we're using a block and we put our feet under the block so that our feet are flat down, that they're not up on our tiptoes. That our knees are in line with our hips, so everything goes in the right direction. Our toes are pointing forward, they're not sticking out because that will encourage the knees to go out. Bring the shoulders back and down. If we turn the palms up, bring the elbows in, tuck the chin in, close our eyes. And just think of the breath coming in through the nose, going down the back of the throat, into the bottom of the lung, and then filling all the way up to the top of the lung. Breathing out from the nose, pushing down from the top of the lungs, all the way to that bottom, getting all that air out. So we're going to move our neck. We're going to breathe out and bring our chin down towards our chest. And as we breathe in, we're bringing our head back and looking up. If you need to support it, you can. And we're going to go 3 more forward and 3 more backwards. Working with your breath. And 1 more forward, 1 more back. And then bringing it back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tip-top the head, bringing it towards our ear, towards our shoulder, trying to make sure that our head doesn't turn, that we're imagining a poke up our bum straight into our neck, which there is, it's called our spine. So we're tucking the chin in, we're going to breathe out as we bring the ear over. We're breathing in as we're moving the head. And breathing out as we reach over. 3 more on each side. bringing it back to centre. So the same thing, we're going to tuck the chin in and turn and look over the shoulder. Breathing out as we get to here. Breathing in as we're turning. Breathing out here. 3 more on each side. And then back to centre. So as you see, I made them breathing, that breath really slow. Now when you're doing the head exercise, you can make that breathing quite quick or quite slow. It just depends on how you want to do it. I always think it's nicer to do it slow. So, as you all know, with my shoulder pain last week, we're going to just do a little work on the shoulders. So I'm going to get you to drop your one hand to the floor, and you're going to bring your hand out, but you're going to use the 2 of them. So the palm of your hand is the front of your body, and the back of your hand is the back of your body. So we're going to start off with our hand facing forward. So this is my bad shoulder. If you've got a bad shoulder, start with your bad shoulder. I want you to place your hand over your shoulder blade. And I'm going to get you to feel the movement. So if you want, you can close your eyes and really sort of bring your thoughts here. You're going to then turn your thumb round. So it's coming to the front and then it goes all the way round to the back. And think about what's happening at the shoulder, at the back of the shoulder. So we tend to do this, but I'll do it with the whole of the body. So I bring the spine in, but here I'm just working here. So then we're going to roll it back so that it's back to its natural position. Now we're going to try and take the thumb back a little bit further. And again, you'll feel the stretch right through the shoulder blade. Working a little tighter at the back. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. So we're going to do that 2 more times on this side, rolling it, but seeing how far you can roll the hand and what happens with the shoulders. I'm quite flexible. And then rolling it back, but it's all the time, doesn't matter where you go, you're thinking about the shoulder, what's happening there. One more. It might not just be the shoulder, it might be all the way down to the elbows, to the wrists, to the fingers. But it's how one simple movement in the arm can affect different parts. And then we're going to bring it back to neutral. So let's try the other shoulder. So again, we're bringing the hand round. We're trying to clasp as much round the shoulder as we can so that we can feel that movement. But we're not gripping it. We're just placing our hand nice and light on top because we want to feel that movement of the joint. So again, we're rolling it forward or back. It depends on whichever way you want to go. But we're doing 3 going backwards and forwards. And we're always looking for differences. So how does this, if this is your good side, what's the difference between doing the bad side? Is there more tightness when you were doing the bad side, which there was for me? And now last one. And bring it back to neutral. Bring the hands down. So, if you've got a band, you can use the band for this one, but you don't need it. So I'm going to do it without the band first, and then I'll show you how to use the band. This is dumb waiter. So we're bringing the elbows in, and they're sitting as close to our waist as possible. And we're bringing our hands out so that they're in line. They're not down, they're not up. They're in line with our elbows. From here, having our palms facing up, we're taking our palms out to the side, keeping them elbows in, and we're bringing them back in. And you'll feel that working on the shoulder blades. Again, it's just stretching the front muscles, but working them back muscles. And again, if you're working at a computer, or you're on phones, or checking social media, this tends to be the areas that weaken. Our chest muscles get strong, and our back muscles get weak. So we can do it this direction. If you've got an elastic, you can grab hold of the elastic in the same position, and you can do the same thing, and it just adds a bit more of a resistance. So make sure the elbows don't go out, that they stay in. But the palms are still turned up, but they're just grasping. And we're just pulling apart. And it just depends on how close you start off to how hard it is to work. The wider you've got it, the easier it is. So you've got to make sure that there's a bit of tightness so that you're working the arms. So if we bring that down, so that's just another option if you wanted. So we're going to take our dumb waiter a little bit further. So we're staying again here with our hands out. We're going to take them out to the side. Then we're going to push them away and lift them up. So they come up above our head, palms facing each other. We're going to bring them down. Palms facing up, pull the elbows back in and bring them back in. Let's try 3 more of these. Taking them out, pushing them out, lifting them up, bringing them down, pulling them in, bringing them round. And you'll feel, think about what's happening with the shoulders. You'll feel the shoulders moving in all these directions. Now if you can't raise your arms above your head, you just take it out to that point where it was in line with the shoulder. And bring it down. Give your arms and your shoulders a little stretch, a little shake, sorry. So let's do the stretch into our body. So we're working, bringing it into our hips. So hands on the legs. We're going to curl the pelvis under, pull the shoulders in, roll the belly in, breathing in. Breathing out, sorry. As we breathe in, tilt backwards into our cat position. Breathing out, rolling forward. And breathing in, stretching out, feeling the spine move, the chest and the back. Let's do one more. Breathing out. And breathing in. And bring it down. And let's take it over to the side. So if you want, you can lift that arm up, but you don't have to. You can bring the hand across and hold onto the leg or hold onto your chair, whichever you want, or you can take the hand down the side. It's however you feel more comfortable. Breathe in, stretch up, and as you breathe out, reach over to the side. Look up to the ceiling. 3 breaths, breathing into that side of that body. And then breathing in to lift and breathing out to bring it down. So changing sides, turning the palm back, lifting it up, breathing out, reaching over. Breathe into that top lung, breathe out through the bottom lung. And bringing it back up. Let's do one more on each side. Lovely. Breathing in to lift. And our last one. And breathing in, bringing it up. Let's do our twist. So again, if you want, you can lift your arms up, but you don't have to. You're bringing one hand across the opposite leg, the other hand comes to the back of the chair. We're breathing in, stretching up from here, and as we breathe out, we're turning and having a look over the back. 3 breaths, but this time we're breathing diagonal into the front lung, where you're turning, and the back lung, and where you're turning away from. And then as we breathe out, we're bringing it back to centre, and we can change to the other side. So we're doing one more on each side. If you wanted to, you could always add the arm lift, but you don't have to. And as you see, I'm bringing my arm a little bit further round the chair. But again, it all depends on what you can do, what's better for you. And then let's change sides. And then bringing it back. And bringing it down. Lovely. So let's bring it down into our lower back. So what we'll do is we'll go into a forward bend. Again, if you've got blood pressure problems, you're going to keep your head in line. If you want, you could always take, if you haven't got blood pressure problems, take your legs apart and go all the way down. And I'm going to start with my legs in line so that my belly rests here and my head stays in line. You can use your hands, that'll help with the back as well. Tuck the chin in, breathe out, pull the belly in, lean forward. So like I said, if you've got blood pressure problems, this is about as far as you're going. Again, the same thing with back problems. You want to make sure that that back stays nice and straight. We're staying here 3 breaths. And no matter who you are, you'll feel the lovely pull down each side of the spine, into that lower back, into them bum muscles at the top as well. And then we're going to use our hands if we need to, as we breathe in to push ourselves back up. Especially if you've got a little bit of weak back muscles, you want to make sure you use the hands. So I'm going to move my legs. Now, if you've got blood pressure problems, stick with the last one. So we're going down again. We're breathing out. We're letting ourselves sink down. Now in this position, the head and the neck should feel nice and relaxed. They're being pulled down to the floor instead of having gravity push on them constantly. Feel a bit more pull into that back. And we'll also feel the hips as well starting to come in. We still may want to take our hands back to our knees. And we can curl up from here, bringing our head up last. Lovely. So, from there we're going to move around through here. So, keeping our legs in line, we're going to lean forward and move round in a circle. Trying to push our back against the chair as we're going round. Just working all the muscles in the waist. Oh, the sun's gone in, I can open my eyes now. I was being blinded by the sun. So bring it back to the centre and let's go in the opposite direction. And as well as giving our waist and our muscles, a little bit of a stretch, the spine gets it, but also the bowel, the intestines, all of those are getting a bit of a squish and a move around as well. So we're going to bring it back to centre and lift ourselves back up. So let's take it down into our pelvic floor. So we're doing 10. No, 5, sorry. Only 5. Otherwise we'll be here all day. So, start. You can do 10 later. You can do 10. But we're just doing 5. So, let's start off. 10 seconds, but 5 of them. So, we're doing equivalent of 50. So, here we go. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2. Make sure you're breathing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Now remember, the relaxing is the best bit, and it's also an important bit. The body needs to know what the relaxed state feels like from the tight state. So here we go again. At the back, at the front, at the belly. Squeeze. If you want to squeeze your legs together, squeeze them together. You want to squeeze the shoulder muscles, squeeze the feet to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Here we go again. At the back, at the front, at the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Here we go. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Last ones. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So we're going to take it again into our, if we want we can pull that in as we're doing our leg lifts. If you want you can hold onto the chair. You can move forward if you need to, so that you're not sitting too far back. It's completely up to you. As long as you keep yourself straight, you don't let yourself slump down. So we're pulling in everything if we can, and we're just lifting our feet off the floor as if we're marching. But we're trying to keep that pelvic floor lifted and pulled in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can stay with just this, or you can start to lift the foot and point and flex the toe. So again, we're lifting, we're pushing, we're pointing, we're flexing, we're bringing it down. We're still trying to pull them stomach muscles in, trying to engage everything. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now somebody asked me the other day, how do I walk around? Because I'll show you the way that most people's bellies are, and then the yoga belly. It's quite funny. So we have the belly. Then if you breathe out and you do all them muscles, you pull the belly in. And then it makes your silhouette look a lot nicer. Now trying to do that and walk, always people are always saying, how do you do that? That's how you do it. You practice sitting down or standing up, but you're just trying to pull that belly in, and it makes your silhouette look amazing. But it starts from here, taking it nice and easy, focusing on trying to lift them legs while holding it, moving the feet while holding it. And then once you can do that, you can transfer it to standing and pull it all in while you're walking around. And everybody goes, oh, you've got a lovely belly. And you're thinking, yes, only when I'm pulling it in, if I let it out. So let's take it into our thighs. Bring yourself slightly forward on your chair. And we're going to flex our foot and bring it up on our knee. So keeping that foot nice and flexed, it'll protect the knee, and just letting the knee flop. So this is starting to get the hips, the thighs, the knees, the ankles, everything again starting to work a little bit more. And then let's lift it off and change sides. So flexing, bringing it up. Now you may have to drop your knee. If it's too high to get it up, you can always drop the knee. And then if you want, you can see if you can pull it up from there. But you can always keep it down. But still, again, just flapping the leg. And then we're going to bring it down. And one more, lifting it up. Now from here, breathing out, leaning forward, seeing if we can get that elbow to lean on the knee. We can then take it out and we can rest our head. Now again, we're just resting. Your body will sort of take it as far as it wants. If someone else were to come over and pull it, they could injure your neck, injure your knee and injure your leg. But with our own body, we won't do any injury. We'll tend to protect our own body. So we're going to start with our toes. Pinching, pulling, twisting, working our way down. Thinking about the foot. How's it feeling? How does the foot feel in general? How do the toes feel as you're pulling them? Our feet are our best supporters, so we have to show them a bit of love. Then once we've done all the toes, see if we can split the toes away from each other. So that we're giving them a gap in between each toe. And then giving our feet a squeeze. You can press on different parts and just use the thumb and press different places, or you can just use the whole hand and give them a squeeze. If you're doing the one thumb, then what you're trying to do is to think as you're touching it, can you feel the different areas associated? Is there any area that as you press with your thumb that's like, oh, I don't like that, or that makes me feel a bit queasy, a bit sick? And then look up, remember where it is, look up on that thing I gave you with the positions of the feet, and it usually tells you about that area of your body. So give our foot thanks, and let's do the other side. So, but before we do that, how does that foot feel compared to the other foot? What's the temperature? Is the temperature different on the 2 feet? Does it feel different? Does it feel relaxed or more tense, or is there any difference at all? If there isn't, it doesn't matter. But it's just about focusing on the difference between the two. So let's do the other foot. So again, hands together. Breathe out, lean forward, that'll pull the belly out the way. Elbow goes down. Let your head relax. Your head is being used as a bit of a weight on your leg. And then we're opening the toes away. And then giving it a squeeze, giving it a press. and give it a thank, and let's bring it down. So from here, let's bring ourselves up to standing. So hands out, hands here, wherever you want them. 5 up, 4 down. So here we go. Breathing in to lift. Breathing out to sit down. Three, lovely. 4, and our last one, 5. Lovely. So let's go to the back of our chair. So let's do our aerobics. Stand at the back of our chair. We're going to bring our foot, flexing our foot, taking it out to the side, keeping it pointed, working that thigh muscle, but stretching that inner thigh. We're bringing it down. We're going to take the foot back so that we're working that bum muscle, tightening up all the thighs at the back of the leg. But we're starting to stretch a little through the front of the leg. We're bringing it down. We're going to push our hips forward, roll our shoulders back, and feel the stretch through the front of the body. Don't let the head drop back. Keep the chin in line so it's working through here. Bringing it back up. Let's go to the other side. Taking that foot out to the side. Feel that pinch in the waist. You'll feel it stretch on one side but pinch on the other. Bring it down. Take the foot back. Work that bum muscle. Our bum muscle is what gets us up and down stairs. So the stronger it is, the better we are at taking stairs. Bring it down. Push back. Bring it back up. Let's do one more. Out to the side. Bring it in. Take it back. Lovely. Bring it in. Rotate the body back. Open that chest. Feel the breath coming right into the middle of the stomach. Bring ourselves back up. And the other side, taking it out. So again, if you're sitting on a chair all day, this is a great one because we're working and stretching the opposite muscles. So the back muscle is constantly being stretched. So now we're going to work it. Bring it in, take it back. So we're working this muscle that we're constantly sitting on and flattening out. Again, that psoas muscle that makes us come forward is also lifted. We're bringing it in, we're pushing back. We're stretching this area, but we're working this area so it stops us from slumping forward. Again, it allows us to open our shoulders, open our chest. And bring it back up. So we're going to take it, turn sideways a little. And we're bringing it onto our tiptoes. So you can keep the hands down by your side. You can have them above your head. You're having, again, the legs in line with your hips. It works better, especially for women. Men might find that they can bring their legs together. But for women, we definitely need it in line with our hips. We're coming up onto our tiptoes, pushing up. If we can let go, we let go, but it doesn't matter, that's not the important bit. And then we're going to come back down. So now, if we feel that that was okay and we could lift up on 2 toes, the chair's always there. Let's see if we can, with the foot that's closest to the chair, We take that off the floor and we go up onto one tiptoe. And down. And let's try that one more time. So on that one, this foot isn't touching the floor. We're going up. And we're working 1 foot at a time. And bringing it down. So let's try the other side. So if standing on 2 tiptoes was hard enough, stick with the 2 tiptoes. If 2 tiptoes was getting a bit easy, then we can make it a little harder. So again, the chair's there if you need it. The leg by the chair, we're flexing that, we're taking it off the floor. We're going to tiptoe onto the other foot. You see, not so great on that one. You'll always find one best than the other. And bring it down. So let's do one more. Tiptoeing. Yeah. And as you see, when we do the 2 legs, the good leg does the most work. And our weaker side kind of takes it. So when we go up, we're on 2 tiptoes, but literally it's that good leg that's doing all the work. The other side isn't actually doing anything. We tend to go onto one side and make the good do the work. So it's good to do single as well as doing them together. So let's take it into our down dog so we can stretch our back. So from here, oh sorry, not into our down dog, we're going to step back our foot. Taking our foot back. Bend the front knee in. Keep that back leg straight. Push that knee back as much as you can. Push it into that front. If you want, you can take the hands off. That's not a problem. The chair's there if you need it. But it's about pushing into that front leg, feeling the stretch through the calf at the back by pushing the kneecap backwards. And then we're going to step in and take it to the other side. So taking it out, making sure the foot's facing forward, it isn't going to the side. Push that front knee forward, keep that back leg back. Keep pushing that knee at the back backwards. Keep pushing the front knee forwards. So the 2 knees are going in opposite direction. And again, we're going to bring it back in. So we're going to step it back. We're again pushing the front knee forward, pushing the back knee back. Hold it there. So we can feel that stretch right into the calf, right down the back of the leg. Now we're going to change it. We're going to drop the back knee and sit down. So you'll feel it move down the calf, but you'll also feel it now right up into the bum. Again, the chair's there, or you can bring your hand. That front leg goes from being bent to being straight, and we're sitting down. And then we're bringing it up and we're changing sides. So again, stepping it back. Start off in that first position, so pushing the knees in 2 opposite directions so that you can feel that calf. Then we're going to bend that back leg and sit down slightly. Feel it more into the ankle, into the foot, on that back leg, into the hip right at the top as well. And then bringing it in. So from there we're going to step out into down dog. So bringing our 2 feet back. Hands onto the chair. Now you can have your hands on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. It depends on how far you want to reach down. So I'm going here so you can see me. It makes it easy for you to see me. So I'm stretching my fingers out. I'm pushing my chest to the floor, but not my head. My head staying in line with my arms. I'm tucking my chin in and I'm pushing back. Feel that stretch all the way from the bottom of the legs, all the way up, all the way down the back, into the back of the shoulders. From here, we're going to again, keep it where we are, we're coming up onto our tiptoes. And again, pushing our chest down. And again, you'll feel the stretch move more into them hamstrings. You'll feel again the pull right through the hips and the waist at the back. And let's take it down, the heels down. Look up, come forward, roll the shoulders back. Try and tilt the hips forward. Push the heels back into a plank. Lovely. Now the plank will work in our stomach muscles, we'll work in our shoulders, we'll work in our thighs and our legs. And we're pushing back to that down dog position. Feeling this right through the back of the knees. And again, we're coming up, we come up onto the tiptoes and we roll forward, push the heels away, pull the shoulders back, pull the stomach in, squeeze the thighs and the legs together, push the hands from the chair. Beautiful, Glenys. Oh, that's beautiful. You look amazing. Perfect line from top to bottom. Perfect. And then we're pushing back. Lovely. So we're going to bend the knees, release our arms, and then bring ourselves back up. Give your arms a shake. Bring yourself back onto your chair. So we're just going to do again some little feet and hand exercises. So with this, the same thing we're doing with our hands and our feet, you're going to stretch your fingers out as wide as you can go. At the same time, you're going to try and stretch your toes and your fingers at the same time. They're trying to do the two of them. Even if they don't go anywhere, it doesn't matter. Oh, you've got lovely stretchy toes. And then we're going to relax them. So we're going to do again, stretching the toes and stretching the fingers. And then releasing. Now with the feet and the hands, you're just sort of turning the palms up and down. And at the same time, you're just going to turn the feet in and out. So again, it's just working the knees, the hips to move most days. And we'll bring it, as well as doing our wrists, we'll find it to our elbow, our shoulders, our knees to our hips are starting to move as well. And so let's bring that back down. I'm going to change the camera. I'm going to bring it into our breathing. And we're going to do alternate breathing. So first thing we're going to do is find out which is our dominant nostril by breathing down on our hand. Now one of them you'll feel that you breathe out more of. That's my nostril that I breathe out of. Now breathe in and see which nostril you breathe in dominantly to. Which for mine is this one. They may change, but what I tend to notice is that if you're right-handed, you breathe up your left nostril and down your right nostril. But that's what I've noticed. It's not necessarily the truth. And in some books I've read, it says that your nostrils change, which is the dominant one. So far, I haven't found that. I've only found that I still only breathe up one nostril and down the other. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to breathe up your dominant nostril and down your undominant nostril. So you're using your thumb and your finger. You're bringing it over and you're closing one nostril. Now, if you want, you can breathe back up this nostril. Seal it and breathe down the other nostril. And so we're alternating which one we're going up. But what you'll hopefully notice is that your one nostril is a lot harder and it feels a bit nerve-wracking breathing into that nostril because it doesn't want to. It wants to breathe out that nostril. So, but I want you just to feel the difference of breathing up one nostril and down the other nostril. And then I'll get you to go into a circle so that you breathe up your dominant, down the other one, up one, down one. So it's going round in a circle. At the moment we're going up and down, we're doing alternate. But I'm going to get you do five of these alternate ones, and then we'll do 5 circular ones so that we can see the difference between alternate breathing and circular breathing. So here we go. We're going to do alternate breathing. So we're breathing up. We're sealing. We're going to hold it for about 3 seconds. And then release, breathe down. Breathe up. Feel. Release. So that's 1 round. Here we go again. So now we're going to go in a circle. You're going to breathe up your dominant nostril. You're again going to hold it for 3 seconds. Breathe out down the opposite nostril. Hold it for 3 seconds. Breathe up the dominant nostril. So I'm going to get you to do 3 cleansing breaths. So breathing in, lifting the arms, and out through the mouth.